Also today, the monthly jobs report showed some softening in private sector hiring, but little that would suggest a coming recession. The economy added 139,000 jobs in May. Markets closed up, and so did Tesla stock. The company was up more than 10 points at market close, roughly 3.7%. Here at the family table on this National Donut Day, Peggy Collins and Laura Davison, who both cover politics for Bloomberg News. I'm not just going to name check National Donut Day. Anyone could do that. Here we go. Donuts for you, right in front of you. Tempting, I'm sure. But I know all of your associates at Bloomberg have said, under no circumstances are you to eat on camera. So you can if you wish. If not, they're just here for your enjoyment. It's great to have you both here. Let's start with you on the jobs report and the economy. How should we read it?
So we saw a solid number on the jobs report, more than expected. You mentioned the 139,000. So that's good. But we are seeing signs that the economy is slowing under the weight of tariffs and also job cuts at the federal government, but also the decline in immigration. The unemployment rate held at 4.2%. But again, we're seeing some signs across the board in the economic data, especially when it comes to manufacturing, that the economy is slowing.
Down day for Tesla yesterday, a bit of a rebound today. The Musk-Trump thing was not nearly as hot. It couldn't possibly have been any hotter than it was yesterday. How do you assess?
We're still getting a sense of what the collateral damage is here. Both sides seem to have kind of gone into a cooling off period. We didn't see the volley of barbs, but it's still clear that there's going to be an economic impact here for Musk. We saw Tesla stock rise, not as much as it fell yesterday. Also, some of his other key indicators in the stock market, a fund that was tied to SpaceX also had a big drop. Also, Dogecoin. Big fall, as well as some other meme coins connected to Trump, his family meme coin, as well as the holding company for Truth Social. So there's economic fallout on both sides, though Musk seems to be the clear loser here.
And that has to be on not only his mind, but those on his board, those who are investors, and those who are sort of watching the larger tech sector, because if it affects Musk and his associated companies, it can ripple through the tech sector.
That's
NASDAQ
right.
and elsewhere.
That's right, Major Garrett. Musk's companies are so widespread now in terms of their breadth and how they affect the economy and how connected they are to so many departments of the federal government, defense being one of the big ones. So certainly we are seeing a ripple effect in markets, but also in companies that are, core to what's happening in terms of transportation and future of space and others in the economy.
And Laura, the announcement from President Trump, which we all have gotten used to it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. A lot of attention being paid to when are the United States and China going to have serious lockdown conversations about resolving the ongoing trade dispute set in motion quite clearly by President Trump.
Yes, this was really a big week on the China-U.S. trade development. Trump had been agitating for a call with Chinese President Xi for several weeks. This week, it finally happened. They spoke for about 90 minutes and agreed to keep talking. One of the key sticking points that came out of that is that the U.S. is really pushing for access to more rare earth elements. It was not clear after that call what the next step was going to be. And it was really even just hours later that Trump was in this very public feud with Musk. Though today it's clear that things are on the positive sign here. There's going to be talks in London on Monday. Mind you, this is still about a month out from when this 90-day pause of those Liberation Day tariffs comes up. They have a lot to work out. They've been sort of in this posturing stage for several months now. Now they have essentially 4 weeks to come up with a deadline. Unclear how that looks or whether they'll be able to meet that.
4 weeks to get that deal before that deadline. Yes, indeed. And there have been developments this week in the ongoing feud. I think it's worth pointing out that it's a legal feud and a money feud between the administration and Harvard.
That's right. I mean, what we've seen are two things, that the administration is really in a logjam with the courts on many of the policies they want to do. And one of the ways that they're trying to put pressure to achieve their policies is through cutting off funding. So we've seen that with Harvard, but Harvard has been one of the schools that has decided that they are going to fight the administration in court. And the other thing we saw this week is the issue of foreign students and foreign visas really take another step up in terms of the intensity, and that is with a legal battle now in the court system over whether or not the Trump administration can cut off foreign funding, foreign students, in order to squeeze Harvard's funding.
Right. And Laura, the significance is not just between two powerful entities, the Trump administration and Harvard University, but Harvard is fighting back, and many other universities are watching to see how this thing plays out and what their response will or will not be?
It's other universities, it's also law firms, it's also nonprofit groups are really seeing Harvard took a stand. And Harvard's in a special position. They are well funded. They have a brand that permeates the globe. But they've really kind of seen the Trump administration has gone on various different tactics to try to hit them. They've gone after their tax status. They've gone after the students. They've gone after the funding. So far, Harvard seems to be holding on, but it's unclear sort of what the next step is. And Trump has been clear that he's willing to use every tool in his toolbox to see how he can make life difficult for Harvard.
Laura Davison, Peggy Collins, thank you so much. I know you'll take a donut as you leave, and you're welcome to do so. Thank you so much.